You made it. No, please allow me to get your seat. There we have it. Do you like the place? Yes, I find it to be quite a delectable restaurant, you know. There's something about the place. The music, the atmosphere, and of course, you know, the decadence. It ticks a lot of boxes. Why are we here? Well, we're celebrating, of course. Yes, a celebration. I feel it is only right to do so. We'll get to that, don't you worry. There is plenty of time for that. But first, perhaps we should get some food. Or at the very least a little wine, no? Yes. Can we have the wine list, please? We have quite the array of reds here. I've never been a fan of the whites, personally. But, red, even when I was like you, certainly held its charms for me. Yes, I know there is a certain comparison that we are not going to talk about in public. I'm only messing with you. No one can hear us. And to be honest with you, look around. No one cares, even if they could. Thank you. Have you got any particular favorites? Oh, I can choose. Well, let's have a look. Could we get number 17, please? How is that? Is that... It's good? Good year. In which case, yes, number 17 will do us delightfully, thank you. Tasting? No, don't worry about that. Just bring us a bottle. In fact, make it 2. I don't think either of us is driving tonight, are we? Thank you. Well, I have to say you certainly made the effort. Look at this exquisite outfit you're wearing. Oh. I never thought you could look even more ravishing, but here you are. I remember that first day. My little morsel. I could have ate you all up that night. And then here we are. Oh, how long's it been now? Time certainly has an interesting way of being perceived when you are one of my kind. How does the timeless person perceive time, you understand? Oof. Really? That long ago? God. You know, I apologize for that. For it taking so long. I know for someone like me that ticking of the clock means nothing. But for you, your lives are so fleeting. Anyway, enough of that. We're here to celebrate, not to mourn. Yes, celebrate. Of course, of course. All right. Calm yourself. I'll tell you what it's all about. Well, I could have handed this out in the post, but what can I say? I got excited and wanted to hand deliver it to you. Yes. A letter just for you. Yes, the envelope is quite fancy. Well, you're going to open it? I love watching the excitement build in your eyes. Yes, yes. An invitation to become a member of the blood bank. Yes, it's where you give blood, of course. Yeah, I've never understood why they use such fancy envelopes for something like this, but they do. It's quite the honor, you know. What does it mean? Well, come now. I'm sure you can surmise. We, being the creatures that we are, need to stay in obscurity. We can't exactly send you an invitation saying, hey, you are among the chosen few mortals that have been invited to join the kindred of the night as one of their thralls. I'm sure you understand. So, everything is in code. Yes, I have always found the blood bank to be a little on the nose for this kind of thing, but it does mean that the council have approved of your application to learn more about our little society. I love the way your eyes light up when you're excited. You truly are quite enthralling yourself, if you'll pardon the pun. Ah yes, of course, the wine. I'd almost forgotten about that. No, please serve my guest first. After all, they've just achieved something that very few can. And then, if you'd be so kind, I'd love to see the menu. It's much appreciated, thank you. It certainly has plenty of aroma. Huh? Can I eat food? Yes, no, I can. Though I will confess, not many people know this, but not all of our kind are able to. Well, there are certain changes that happen with the body, as you are probably well aware. And those changes certainly restrict certain elements, but I have been fortunate enough to be able to. What's it like? As in, what, the flavor of the food? Well, as you've probably surmised, there is no sustenance from it. I'm not entirely sure why or what the science is behind it, but we gain no real benefit from consuming food, as it were. And I will leave that train of thought exactly where it is, for after all, we're about to start eating. But in regards to the pleasure element of it, the hedonistic indulgence of food, well, it's very different for we. How best to explain? I suppose the closest comparison that I can really give is that of a cold or the flu. For you know how when you're feeling bunged up, as it were, the flavor is not quite right. It's muted, like someone has turned down the essence of the food, the pleasure of it. Very similar to that. Only there's also no emotional value in food. I have to say, I never really considered emotions being associated with food before I was without it. How best to explain? every food that you consume has certain emotions attached to it. Good food or bad, regardless, comes with an emotional response. Whether that be nostalgia for an old home-cooked meal, or excitement at a tasty treat that you've never had before. Every type of food, every main meal, every dessert, every appetizer, every morsel comes with an emotional response, whether that be good or bad. And for our kind, we don't get that. There is no good or bad. There is no joy or pleasure or excitement in the consuming of a good meal. There is just the action, the moving of the fork to the mouth, the chewing, the swallowing, and of course the muted flavor. Even with our extra sensitive senses, we can smell good food, but it doesn't invoke the same response as it would you. Yes, I suppose it does sound sad. And I think it was to begin with. Certainly for the first decade or so. I missed that. It's always the small things you miss, isn't it? Always the little things that trigger those memories and cause the biggest grief, as it were. And it is a grieving process to mourn the loss of such a simple pleasure. I suppose there's a certain level of envy with it as well. After all, when I became what I currently am, there was very limited options in regards to food. You didn't get all these lavish recipes, all these extremely expert chefs. We had food for sustenance, and there was food for pleasure as well. But limitations existed. Well, for starters, we didn't have quite so much intercontinental cuisine. And therefore I do envy you a little. I envy the fact that you can taste all of these things. But let's not forget, what we do consume is very different. And I would go so far as to say even more satisfying. Yeah. There is a craving, a pleasure that comes with the feed. And, of course, the hunt. No. I don't mean running through the woods chasing after fair maidens caught in distress. Though, there are definitely times that something similar has occurred in my life, but no. We are far more refined now. We have means that don't require us to run through the wilderness. For starters, cities are a lot bigger. There are far more people, and far more ways to hide what we do. Not to mention easier. Can you imagine what it would be like in an old medieval village 20 or 30 people there together. Everyone knows everyone else, and if one person says one thing, that's it. The newcomer is out. Grab your torch and pitchfork. But the feeding is exquisite. Is it sexual? No. It goes beyond that. It's as if every pleasure that a person can experience is wrapped up in one tasty mouthful. You know that scene from that famous movie where the young lady tastes a delightful mouthful and then makes quite the dramatic scene with orgasmic noises. I would say that our experience in regards to the feed is not so different. Thank you for the menus. I appreciate that. So please, get whatever it is you desire, and I will have the same. I wish for you to enjoy your meal. Cost is of no issue, you know this. To be honest with you, I think I will enjoy you eating your meal far more than I will have my own. Very kind of you to offer, but we're in public. Yes, I know. So what now? Well, that is the question. I have a few people I'd like to introduce you to. And then, depending on how well you get on with them and how well you behave, I feel like we could start opening a few more of those doors. Yeah. It is quite exciting, isn't it? It's been a long, long time since I've done this. I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but it'll be a nice little escape, at least for a little while. So here's to you and your next big adventure. Cheers. This was part 6 of Taste of the Dark, read by Eric Vaux.